Let's be honest, trust in the solar industry is low. With promises of free solar, misleading incentives, and big companies going bankrupt, leaving customers stranded, it's no wonder the industry's reputation rivals that of politicians and timeshare representatives.
Wow, Warren. Anyone else you want to take a jab at?
I could add in attorneys if you wanted, Larry. But here's the good news. There are many trustworthy solar companies ready to help you make a smart investment. In this video, we reveal the 7 flags you need to watch out for to avoid costly mistakes and find a trustworthy solar partner. All right, Larry, so let's talk about red flag number 1, which is false claims about free solar.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Warren, you see this all over the internet.
Yeah.
YouTube, you see videos promoting free solar. At the end of the day, the government does incentivize solar.
Yeah.
No doubt. Without the government incentives, it'd be a really challenging investment. So no doubt the government incentivizes solar, but the customer is still responsible to pay for the project.
Right.
A lot of the grants and tax credits you get for the project won't be till after the project's installed. Customers still responsible to pay for the project.
And many times you see with these claims of free solar is usually some third-party investor who will pay and put the solar on your site for you, either through a power purchase agreement or a lease, and then you get a payment for that. So it's not free by any stretch of the imagination. You have a monthly payment that corresponds with that installation.
The little secret there, Warren, is if you do payments, your solar actually ends up costing more than if you bought it yourself.
Absolutely.
So it's actually less free that way than it would have been otherwise.
Absolutely, because these third parties are taking advantage of all of the tax credits and incentives that you could otherwise be taking advantage of. All right, red flag number 2, high-pressure sales tactics.
Yeah, if someone comes to your door and says, you know what, I've got a great deal today, you've got to sign today, or you can't get this great deal, just ignore them.
Solar's a big investment. It's larger than buying a car. It could be the same price as buying a house in some instances for businesses. So should not be a on-the-spot decision. All right, red flag number 3, not accounting for shade or miscalculating shade.
Yeah, we see this a lot on the sales side where, a company has the same system that we're proposing, but they're saying it's going to produce a lot more and they haven't accounted for shade. I also see it just driving around. I see panels on the north side of the roof. Maybe there's a tree hanging over the panels. And that's okay as long as they've accounted for the shade and the customer knows what to expect.
Yeah. Red flag number 4, Larry, misleading information about incentives.
Yes, this one's kind of challenging because it's maybe a little bit harder to spot. But there's cases where companies might say, hey, here's a grant that you're guaranteed to get, when the USDA grant, for example, when that's actually a competitive grant that is not guaranteed.
Right.
Or they might say the 30% tax credit is actually a grant. It's money that you get paid when it's actually not. It's a tax credit, not a grant. So I would say with this one, you got to do your research. You got to make sure that you're looking at a couple of different sources online. Make sure that you've not just accepted what the installer says, but that you've got multiple sources for that information.
Yeah, and another one of those incentives are SREC, solar renewable energy credits, which fluctuate based on supply and demand. It's market driven, and you could definitely see inflated SREC pricing or SREC amounts that would make the project look as it was a better investment.
Yep. So ask your accountant.
Yep.
And ask your installer hard questions about the incentives.
Absolutely. Red flag number 5, third-party leasing schemes.
Yeah, so the challenge with third-party leasing schemes, there are some good third-party leases that can work, but oftentimes there's very little transparency. There might be price escalators, or there might be fine print. So what can happen, Warren, is you sign the lease, it looks great in year 1, but let's say there's a 5% escalator every year that you weren't aware of, but it's in the fine print, and you're stuck with it. That's the challenge that I see with leases.
With lease agreements or power purchase agreements, they're lengthy, they're contracts and agreements that should always be reviewed by your legal counsel. Red flag number 6, lengthy warranties.
Yes, this one sounds kind of funny because obviously you want the longest warranty that you can get.
Yeah.
But what can happen is, you go with the guy with a 30-year warranty and the guy with a 10-year warranty, and 5 years later, the guy with 30-year warranty is out of business.
Right.
That's what you want to watch it against, be aware of. So what I would say is this: make sure the companies you're working with are financially stable. Ask them if they're setting aside funds specifically for those warranties. I mean, 30 years is a really long time to have a warranty,
Right.
to have liability for a project. So typically anything over 10 years is going to be pretty long. Now I will say this, most inverters, optimizers, solar panels, racking have warranties 20 or 25 years. A lot of them do, in some cases, 30 years.
Right.
That's a little different. I would say beware of lengthy warranties from your installer.
And then red flag number 7, the lowest price.
Yeah, so again, you always want to get the lowest price, right?
Right.
You want to get the lowest price for anything that you can, but you've got to compare the quality, and that's really hard to do with installers on paper. Look for, what do the reviews say? What are their customers saying? What do their projects look like? What products are they using? So it's not just about price. That's important. It's still important, but it's not the most important thing.
Right. This is solar is a long-term investment, and you want a partner for the long term who's going to be able to support the warranty claims, help you with service in the long term, and usually the lowest price provider is not necessarily the best.
Or they might go out of business next year. We've seen a lot of that.
Right. Don't let these red flags stop you from taking control of your electric bill. Solar can be a powerful way to save money for many homeowners and businesses. Find out if it's the right move for you by requesting a free custom quote through the link in the description below. You can also explore our Solar Learning Center or watch our top 10 questions to ask solar companies video to help you choose the best installer. But before you go, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and drop a comment to share if you've encountered any of these red flags. Thanks for watching.